Hey guys, how you doing? Ron here with TechTipsToGo. So in today's video, I'm going to go over Vechain staking, VTHO staking. Should you stake on crypto.com? Should you stake on Binance.com? And some other questions that I've been getting related to VTHO or Vechain staking. So this is one of the most popular questions that I get in our group and on Twitter, and direct messages that come to me is, Ron, where should I stake? Should I buy an X node? Should I stake on crypto.com? Should I stake on Binance.com? Or should I just keep my Vechain node, a regular node, and not an X node? So let's get into the video. I'm going to kind of discuss different websites and different exchanges where you can exchange and my take on it and if I think it's worth it or not. So before we get into where to stake, how to stake, what can you generate, etc. So I'm going to give this brief overview of Vechain and what you generate in terms of rewards. So when you think of passive income and staking, a lot of people think of, okay, I'm going to put my token into an exchange and I'm going to get an annual percentage rate back. So I'm going to get an APR. I'm going to put in Cardano or ADA, or I'm going to stake Bitcoin and I'm going to get 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever percentage it is back to you. Now in terms of Vechain, you get the token VET, which is the main token. The second part is VTHO, what we're looking at here, right? So it's VTHO, which is VTHO, which is the ticker symbol. Now, in Vechain's ecosystem, when you have a regular node, you automatically generate VTHO when you have a node, whether it be a regular node, a strength node, a thunder node, or on the flip side, an X node. So the X nodes are something you purchase on the Vechain market, and I'm going to show you this later on in the video. But the first thing I want to show you is CoinGecko, and I get this question a lot, not just relating to staking, but where do I buy? So if you're looking at buying cryptocurrency, the first thing you want to know is what exchanges are available. Okay, so I want you to use CoinGecko from now on. This is what I recommend. CoinMarketCap I don't like because I don't find the data as accurate. I either like CoinGecko or CoinPaprika. So come over to CoinGecko. You could put in your symbol. Let's say it's sharing. Okay, so in our group we discuss sharing a lot, so we're going to go to sharing. So after we enter, we could see the actual price over here, and you could come down here and you could look at the 24-hour trading volume, 7-day, or the price action, right? You could look at the market cap, and on the right over here you can see the ROI 18%, the market cap. This is an up-to-date for sharing, but other ones are the all-time high, etc. So now at the bottom over here, it's going to show the list of the exchanges. Now, as you can see, that Binance DEX. Now, when I'm looking at purchasing on a reputable site or trying to see where the most volume is for exchanges, I always go to CoinGecko. I'll go to CoinGecko and I'll look at the 24-hour trading volume, right? And as you can see, the volume is over 7 million, roughly around 7.7 million, and then the price, right, and then the spread. So it's a 1.69 compared to 13.39. And as you can see, Bitmart it's listed at 0.016, whereas Binance DEX is 0.017. So people are asking, well, what's the difference? Binance DEX is Binance Decentralized Exchange, so there's no KYC. So KYC is basically know your customer. So in order to validate or you have to identify yourself in order to do withdrawals. That is required on Bitmart. On Binance DEX, you don't need KYC. So you can log in, create an account, purchase it, transfer it to your cold wallet, and do whatever you want with it without any KYC, like uploading your driver's license, putting in the date, etc. So a lot of people like that, the no KYC. Some people are very particular with that. So as you can see, the volume here on Bitmart has 99.93% of the volume. Okay, so that's what I do in terms of looking for the exchanges, where I'm going to stake my money, or how I'm going to stake, or if I'm just looking for an exchange in general. Now, when it comes to Vechain staking, so we'll use CoinGecko again, and we just put in the ticker symbol VTHO. Now, if you look at the list of exchanges down here, you can see that the list of exchanges, Vechain actually has quite a lot. So if you go to see all trading pairs, we can see the amount of exchanges Vechain is on, right? And who holds the most volume, which is obviously Binance. Binance is probably like number one for exchanges. So anyways, I want to show you this. Look at the price of VTHO right now. So the price of VTHO is 0.0015. Guys, remember when in March, so if you're new to cryptocurrency and you didn't experience the flash crash, well, back in March when all of the markets went down, cryptocurrency, traditional markets, Vechain VET was actually around this price, 0.00175, I think. So that was quite a steal. And now we're looking at the price of actually VTHO. So like I said, if you hold a strength node, an X node, you're going to be generating VTHO automatically. And this is what a lot of people are talking about right now on Twitter and the forums. Are saying, it jumped about 96%, which is good because I don't do anything with my VTHO. I just kind of hold it in my bag and that's it. I'll collect the rewards and then just shove it into my Vechain Thor wallet and it just sits there, right? Because I personally think that the VTHO token will be worth something. I don't think it'll ever go above 3 cents, but its all-time high was about 0.012. So maybe when Vechain gets to $1, it might be 10% of that. Maybe, who knows? But I don't think so because I think Vechain mentioned themselves that they'll always cap it, or I've heard rumors about that it wouldn't be that much because they don't want the gas prices to fluctuate. Because every time you use the mainnet, you need VTHO or gas to handle your transactions. All right, so let's get into staking. So how much can you actually earn with Vechain staking on these exchanges? So Binance US was a big one that just recently announced that you can start staking Vechain and you get an annual percentage back. So here it is. Here is the estimated annual reward is 3 to 5%. Now in terms of staking, that is one of the highest that I've seen so far. Everyone else has been kind of like 1 or 2%. So here's Binance.us, 3% to 5%. And the minimum holding is only 1 VET. So on other exchanges, sometimes you need a minimum of 40,000 or 70,000. So look, that's pretty good. So keep that in mind, 3 to 5% on Binance.us. Okay, now let's go to Crypto.com. So over here on Crypto.com, what we have is for soft staking, you have an annual percentage of 2% PA. Okay, and also take in consideration, you need a minimum of 45,000 VET. Now, if you look at this, I'm on my phone for Atomic Wallet. So this is Atomic Wallet. The Atomic Wallet for staking for Vechain is 1.63%. And now, if you wanted to find out how much you'll actually calculate staking percentage from the actual Vechain manager or the Vechain mainnet or the whole ecosystem that is owned by Vechain, you could come over to this site called Vechain Stats. And underneath Vechain Stats, you could come over here to VTHO Calculator. Okay, now I'm going to list what I see over here. So these are, the list of regular accounts. These are the amount of authority nodes. So there's always 101 authority nodes. And these are expensive that are owned by like large enterprises. Economic nodes are basically regular nodes. So those are like your non-X nodes. And then over here we have 4,000, a total of 4,100 X nodes. So now if you want to calculate how much VTHO you can collect based on a regular node or strength node or an X node, just come over here to the top right, which is VTHO Calculator. Now put in your amount that you're holding. So let's say you own 1 million. Okay, so this is 1 million, and then your node tier. So I'm going to explain how to upgrade your node tier in the Vechain, on the Vechain Thor wallet, or if you do it from Vechain Manager. Okay, so you come over here. So as you can see, we have strength node, thunder node, and majority node. So over here at the bottom, you have the same thing, but they're X nodes. The difference with an X node is you buy X nodes on the marketplace. And if you wanted to buy an X node on the marketplace, all you want to do is make sure that you have Vechain Sync if you're using a ledger, and you come over to this website over here and you go to Manager. So when you click on Manager, it automatically opens up and you have to log in. Now you can log in using Sync. I have a video on that so you can look at it. And if you want to look at the marketplace, you can actually see the list of nodes or X nodes for sale. Okay, I'm going to go through how to upgrade or how to buy an X node. Again, I covered this in my last video, but I'll just make a quick explanation on it. So let's get back into the calculation. So like I mentioned in one of my other videos, this tells you that you need a minimum of 1 million for a strength node, and you need 5 million for a thunder or VTHO X. Now when it gets to X, you need 600,000, 1.6 or 5.6 or 15.6. So let's say you're holding 1 million. So let's calculate this. Sorry, we missed a 0. Let's calculate this. Now look, this is what you're going to generate in terms of VTHO rewarded per month. So here's the total that you're going to get of VTHO. And that's going to be about $22 US a month, or $19 euro. Now let's say you've got, let's say you have 5.6 million and you actually hold an X node, or let's say it's a strength node, but it's a VTHO, it's a strength X node, which requires 1.6. So we're going to put 1.6 million and we're going to calculate it. Now, just remember that the strength X nodes, or any X nodes, you have to buy the X node first, then you wait until it's matured or it's in your wallet and you've qualified and it's in there, because in VeChain Manager, I'm going to show you, it's going to say what you have, a Thunder or a Strength, etc. So now that you have, let's say you purchased a Strength X node, come over here, and this is what you generate per month, the total, 28,000. And you get $42 back per month. Some people say, well, strength nodes are not worth it. X nodes, you may as well just upgrade or stake somewhere else. So here's my take on staking on certain exchanges. You always take that risk. When your tokens or coins are on an exchange, you don't own that. Even though they have insurance, anything can happen. They say they have insurance, etc. But if you look on, like, I was trying to do a lot of research on this, and Binance, correct me if I'm wrong, but I was looking for, insurance for VeChain staking, and I couldn't really find too much on the website, because a lot of people were asking, well, how much insurance does Binance US have on the website? So let's take a look on here. So let's just do a Google search, Binance.us insurance staking. So I couldn't find too much about the insurance that they have, but it says the pool custodial accounts are maintained in a manner that provides access to pass-through FDIC insurance coverage up to depositor coverage limit, which is currently $250,000. Now, keep in mind that the insurance is for this. All USD deposits are held in pool custodial accounts at multiple banks that are insured by the FDIC. So it doesn't really go into too much detail of how much insurance they have. I know Crypto.com put a lot of insurance towards their website, but it isn't too clear, because a lot of people that have been asking me is like, okay, well, what happens to my funds? Let's say if the exchange goes down, the insurance, etc. So it's not really clear, and that's why I don't like to stake a lot of my coins on other sites. Like Crypto.com has some great insurance. So Binance US says from the FDIC, if USD funds are deposited for $250,000. Now, this was an article by CoinDesk. Crypto.com lends a record $360 million insurance covers offline Bitcoin vaults. So I have a video that covers this about the insurance. They added an extra some amount to, now it's over $360 million worth of insurance. Now this to cover the potential loss of coins stored in a special offline vault. So that kind of gives a lot of confidence in people staking with Crypto.com. So like I said, I'm really not too sure about Binance.us. Would I take my chance and stake on Binance US? For me personally, I wouldn't. I would just go on the VeChain mainnet, stake over here with your hard wallet, with your cold wallet, like your Nano Ledger S, like the video that I have. You can sync them and you still get rewards collected. And I'm going to show you this in my wallet. So this is the VTHO calculator. I'm going to leave a link below. And the last one we're going to do is, let's say you have a Thunder X node. You do a calculation and you roughly generate about $168 US per month. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my VeChain Sync wallet on my mobile phone. And I'm going to show you this, because in order to log in, I have to pull up my Nano Ledger S, log in, do a VeChain Sync, and then also log into the Ledger Live. I have a whole video on that. But anyways, it's going to show you how to get to the marketplace, how to buy a Thunder X node or upgrade. So if you were using this part of the application on your desktop on your Mac, you come over to Marketplace and you look for a Thunder X node or Strength node to upgrade. And I'm going to show you quickly how to buy this. So we've logged into my VeChain Thor wallet. You can just easily download this app from VeChain Sync or VeChain Manager or from the App Store. So this is the Vechain Thor wallet, and if you go to collectibles, so this is one of my accounts or one of my addresses, and you could have multiple addresses. So if you go to collectibles and you select Vechain Thor node, okay, you go to select Vechain Thor node and you click check the trading market. Now this is where you can see if you want to upgrade to an X node or what's available on the market. Okay, as you can see, look, we have all of these that are available, strength nodes, Thunder X nodes, etc. They're selling for high prices depending on the number. Some people, like I said, some people just like that number. If it has an 8 in it, some people will buy it, just they're superstitious. And I've seen some of these actually sell for quite a high price. And I've seen them also sell at a low price. So for example, if you wanted a Thunder X node, a Thunder X node is 150,000 VET. Now, when you click on it, it's going to tell you over here. So look, you're going to need 5.6 million in your wallet. It's not going to cost you 5.6 million, but you're going to need that in your wallet available to you. And then you're going to need 154,000 VET to purchase this. And then see at the bottom here, you can see the transaction log. So you can see the history of, okay, when it was initialized at the bottom here. So it was initialized 2018. It sold for 325,000. Then it sold for 194,000. And then just recently, it sold for 282,000. So that is how you buy it. These are X nodes, and then they also have strength nodes, etc. Then if you want to just upgrade, let's say you wanted to upgrade your node without buying an X node, you can just come over to upgrade your node to a non-X node where you don't have to buy. All you have to do is go to rewards. So at the bottom here, go to rewards, and you'll see the upgrade. But make sure that you have the minimum amount, and it'll tell you, it'll say the minimum amount is 1 million for a strength node. For Thunder, it's 5 million. You can't see it because it's being hidden here. And then the last one is 15 million. So that's how you upgrade it. And then I think it takes about 30 to 60 days. So that's everything about staking. You could also stake. I left one part out, which is staking on Exodus. I don't use Exodus. So I do use crypto.com. I use Atomic Wallet. So like I said, Atomic Wallet is 1.63%. Binance.us is 3 to 5%. And then VTHO, you've seen the calculation where it went for Vechain Stats or Vechain Manager, Vechain Stats, and you can collect your rewards there or get an estimation depending if you have a Thunder node, X node, or a regular node. So that is it. And my personal take, staking on Binance and staking on other sites or exchanges, it is risky. So I would just kind of do your own research, contact support and say, hey, if I were to stake and I were to lose my funds, or if the exchange went down or went bankrupt, what would happen? Just ask them the question, see how they respond to it. Because I asked that question to another exchange, and they actually never got back to me. So I re-emailed them 2 weeks later and followed up, and they still didn't respond. So that's a clear signal that it's probably a touchy subject. So would I stake on Binance.us? No, personally I wouldn't. I would probably just keep my all of my Vechain and my VET. I would upgrade to an X node. The reason why I would say to upgrade to an X node is because sometimes you can find them at a great price. If they're expensive, I wouldn't buy an X node. And if you have a certain amount of Vechain VET, then yes, it's worth it. But if you just have like the lower 1.6 million, I don't think it's worth it, because you could probably buy VTHO on the market for very, very cheap. Well, you could have, because right now it's at 0.0015, almost 0.002. I would say, 3-4 months ago, you could buy it at 0.00001 or at 0.0007 instead of buying an X node, because right now the X nodes are actually pretty expensive. It's 300,000 Vechain, which is roughly about $1,400 US or more. So that's for the lower tier. So right now, I personally wouldn't recommend buying an X node unless you had at least a Thunder X node, 5.6 million or 15.6 million. So that's my take on it. I hope you liked the video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. And I also have a free Telegram group if you want to join. If you're new to cryptocurrency and you want to learn more about trading strategies, if you're looking for extra coins to get into and to invest into, come into our group. We have a lot of admins, we have a lot of staff, we have a lot of helpful people. So like I said, it's free. So Anyways, that's everything. I'll see you guys tomorrow.